Good morning. I've been here talking to myself. Good morning. Oh, my mom would say she's talking to herself because she was the only person that would listen. All right, I think I got it now. Good morning. Hey, Night Truck, Shake and Bake, Sir Fernando, Greg, Nugget, Topher. Hey, KK, Dollar Tree Farmer. Hey, Success, Tamara. Good morning. Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024, 6:24 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:24 a.m. Eastern. I'm kind of glad I'm getting a do-over for my intro because the one that had no sound on, I sounded horrible. So I'm glad that I get a redo for the brain and the mouth to match up. Hey, Taxi. Hey, Market. Good morning. Hey, Miguel. Mike. Hey, Sir Fernando. Thank you. Hey, Alice. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to the show. This is a show that will get started in about 5 minutes where I will look at indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. So we'll get started in 5 minutes. I have a few minutes to do some chart requests. So if you have any, stick them in the chat. NASDAQ is at a pivotal area right here. Good morning, Mind and Tess. This is one of the most pivotal, could be the most pivotal moment of the entire day right here. Can we get over yesterday's high? And on QQQ, that's $500 even. Can we get over $500? That's the question. SPY got over yesterday's high and got a new all-time high, but this means diddly squat. It doesn't mean a thing. If QQQ doesn't get over $500, this doesn't mean diddly squat. Got to get over $500, and we're right here right now. So not every time that I'm live do I have these pivotal moments where we have these really key resistance tests or support tests, and this is one of those moments. So make or break right here. XLF, okay. It was slightly red when I looked at it earlier. Is it back green? It's flat. We have earnings that start, bank earnings start Friday, so be aware of that, which will impact XLF. XLF broke through that daily double top yesterday. We got an upper wick of profit taking. That's not the size retracement bulls would like to have seen. They would like to have seen a little more shallow retracement. We retraced 50% of the move. So what could happen today, I'm not saying it will, but what could happen today is, before I say that, let me look at ATR. Let's see. XLF, oh, I hit it too many times. XLF's average true range is 45 cents, okay? So on an average day for the last 14 days, the average movement of XLF in one day was 45 cents, okay? So now that we know that number, we go back and let's look at this retracement. Yesterday's move, that was 60 cents. That was greater than the average move of XLF. So we're opening right in the middle of it. XLF could have an inside day. Odds have increased that it's an inside day because we're right in the middle of that range. And that would make sense if XLF were to take a pause heading into bank earnings. I love you, Tammy. Hey, Tess, Diego, Joel, One-Liner, Greg, AJ, Starge, Miguel. I am from Louisiana, but I live in Idaho now. But that's the reason for the accent and why I say some words a little bit differently than most, because I'm from the deep country in Louisiana. All right, Iran. It's having a great morning. I don't want to discount what the bulls have been able to pull off on a 5.69% bounce. However, odds favor a lower high compared to yesterday's high. So bears will be looking in this area or lower for a potential lower high. And Bitcoin is not in, I know IREN is one of those crypto related names. So Bitcoin has this key trend line support. We've been grinding up this trend line. We're over the 4-hour 50 MA. But on the daily, we're still below that 200 MA. And I would say this 15-minute retracement is significant. So now let's see what this retracement is. They have retraced approximately 55% of that move. So now a lower high is the more likely scenario on Bitcoin. So then I go back to IREN because it's a correlated name. And I say, okay, an hourly lower high is the more likely scenario here. 4-hour lower high. Ooh. That could be a head and shoulders on the 4-hour as well. So IREN, I would be much more comfortable short than I would be long, despite the 6% bounce. Is Tesla gapping up? Yeah, Tesla's not gapping up, so we don't have that gap up short now. When I see TCG members ask a question, I prioritize their questions. It's just part of it. They're my family. Okay. PLTR. PLTR, we did a look above and fail. We came back inside the prior day range. We were unable to get over $29 or $29.29. We closed with an hourly EQ, 30-minute nice EQ on PLTR. So you could play it like this, take a bull break of 27.86 or a bear break of 27.28. But overall, that is some exhaustion showing on these bulls, or showing some exhaustion. Look at the elevated bear volume. All right, it's 6:31. I need to get this show on the road. What am I doing? Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori, that would be lovely. What I do here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is I go over the market environment dossier, and this is just a table that I complete, and the reason is so I can communicate to you a little more objectively what I'm seeing in the markets. And of course, I'm seeing bulls, 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 and more bulls. That's the story. However, with a caveat, NQ has to get through yesterday's high. QQQ has to get through $500. The economic calendar for today, Fed Chair Powell will be speaking again today, testifying. And we have oil inventory. Tomorrow, we have CPI. And Friday, we have PPI. Lots of data. All right. All right, let's get to the charts. I want to look at NQ again. Is it getting through? Is it getting through? Not yet. Bitcoin's crossing the trend line. And I tell y'all every day, trading view alerts are your cheapest assistant that you can have. And there goes Bitcoin. We're potentially losing this trend line. I'd like a bounce for a short. All right. Go back to the indices. I'm like, look, a squirrel. ES got a new all-time high this morning. I will repeat myself. It means nothing unless QQQ gets over $500. And we haven't been able to get over it yet. That will be the key resistance. Now, let me just kind of show you all the news that we had today. Google, upgrade. Amazon, upgrade. Meta, upgrade. Apple, upgrade. We have TSM is up on earnings, and that is benefiting NVDA. And also another negative headline for Amazon was Bezos is selling more shares. Duh, it's stuck at $200. So that's a bearish headwind for Amazon, to put it lightly. So QQQ has to get through $500, and it's not like all these analysts aren't helping the QQQ bulls to push up. So they've done their job now. QQQ bulls, you do your job. RTY is green. We have this big daily squeeze, second daily inside bar on RTY. IWM is not an inside bar, but RTY is. So I trust this data more. We have a high compression squeeze. So resistance is 206490. So bulls just have $5 more to get there. Dow is in a daily squeeze. 4 hour, we have a downtrend. Ooh, this could remain inside for a while. That's a very large range on this candle here from yesterday morning. That is a very large candle. We could stay inside that range for a while. And that makes sense. I'm just doing the math and adding the puzzle pieces together. We did that math for XLF as to why it increased the chances that XLF could have an inside day. Well, Dow looks to be exactly the same. And we have a lot of bank names in the Dow, so that matches up. So potential inside bars on Dow and XLF. VIX is red. I don't know that we're going to see this stay. I don't think we're going to see this stay red today. We'll see. I would assume, and I guess we know what the word assume means, that people would start buying VIX to hedge against tomorrow's CPI. It remains to be seen. A daily low or high is set if we break the low of yesterday, 1235. Hang Seng was red overnight. DAX is big and green, 0.66%. Bitcoin, I covered that pretty quickly. But we are breaking this trend line on Bitcoin. On the next bounce, I'd be looking short. 15-minute reverse back burner works again. So watch your crypto names with this weakness coming in on Bitcoin, going to green to red. Ethereum will likely join the Bitcoin bear party and break 307860. This is a potential daily bear flag on the dollar. The dollar had a great push up, ran into the 4-hour 200 MA, is now pulling back. We have an hourly downtrend. So that 4-hour lower high is now set. Let's see if bulls can make a 4-hour higher low. Gold. On the daily, we set that higher low pretty quickly. Bulls are eyeing 240150 to get another daily higher high. Squeeze is squeezing. What happened here? What was Friday morning? I can't remember what happened here. I guess the dollar was falling is what happened, but what time frame do I like this on? If you look at this on the 12-hour, a 12-hour lower high is the more likely scenario for gold. So gold bulls are doing great this morning. I don't want to rain on their bull parade. However, a 12-hour lower high is the more likely scenario. Oil. Do y'all know how much effort it takes for me to say oil? Because I grew up saying oil. So I really try for y'all to make myself to where y'all can understand me. Oil looking for a daily higher low. We have oil inventory this morning. We need to change that hourly trend to assume that that daily higher low, or increase the odds that the daily higher low is set. So we got to get over 81.83. That's a nice bounce. It's doable, but again, oil inventory today. All right, Apple. There's nothing bearish about new all-time highs. We are gapping up to new all-time highs. Gap rules apply as long as bulls are holding 229.40. That is a bull signal. They had an upgrade, and I also heard some news on CNBC that was positive, and I didn't hear the exact details, but they were talking about it as if it was a bullish development. So I go fact check me on that. So back burner mode on Apple. Amazon got an upgrade, but it doesn't matter if the founder has his finger on the sell button. So Bezos is selling more, disclosed yesterday. This is a potential hourly bearish reversal pattern here. The only trade I'll take today, 99.9% chance, if I take a trade on Amazon, that it would only be to the bear side. This has been heavy, and it's evidenced in Bezos selling. If it gets over 257, God bless the bulls. I won't be trading it long. Hey, Jenny. NVDA is getting its gap up. So TSM beat on earnings, and the semiconductor space as a whole that's a tailwind for the space. We're getting over yesterday's high. Gap rules apply. If you're new here, what that means is if bulls hold the gap up and bears are unable to push it in the prior day range, that is a long signal. Tesla and NVDA, sorry, that was incomplete analysis on my part. NVDA, I don't like this daily chart. It's a mess. However, the weekly chart is still a potential bull flag. Okay, Tesla getting crunk on steroids. It is mooning. However, it actually benefits the bulls to not gap up, because on gap ups, you tend to get that bull exhaustion early on because it's a sprint instead of a marathon. These bulls, they're running a marathon. They are just saying, okay, we're going to open slightly green. We're not going to gap up. Just kind of get everybody to get their bearings and start finding more dollars to buy. So the next resistance on Tesla is 26894. I had a day loser yesterday attempting a short on Tesla, so I may sound like bitter Betty party of one, so just know that. ACAM is a queen of the mountain trade. I like this for potential weekly lower high. So we're looking for a weekly lower high. Daily is running into the 50 MA, and we have a daily double top. Name a sweeter setup than this. Dare you. I'm kidding. I'm sure there are plenty of other setups that are great. I only have a few hours to go through hundreds of charts. These are the best setups that I could find. ACAM to the short side. BABA. I had to wrestle with myself this morning on this one. We have a daily triple top setup, 75.94, 75.81, 76.06. That is a daily triple top. It's not lost on me that this could be a little inverse head and shoulders. So that's the reason I was wrestling with myself, was that pattern is present. However, a level is a level is a level. And if you get stopped out, it's not a big loss. So we've got daily triple top for a top fish setup. And I did it again, y'all. I only found bearish setups in this very bullish market. So sue me. XBI. I like this XBI chart. We've got a high compression squeeze here. However, on the hourly, we went straight from oversold to overbought. I mean, just boom. What percentage was that? 5% in 3 days. So I am looking for a top fish setup on XBI, and it's similar setup to BABA. It's just a straight up level. I favor asymmetric risk to reward trade setups where it favors me. I may have a very tiny risk, and if I get it right, I'll have a nice big juicy reward, and I have a high probability of getting stopped out of these trades because we're going counter trend. But look at that. That's a triple top. Going straight from hourly oversold to overbought. That's a top fish setup for me. Oh, we're gapping up. Never mind, that got busted. Just look down. That one busted. All right, next one, Zion. Is this one busted too? Yep, busted as well, because it had a daily double top, 44.08 and 43.98, and they are gapping up right now. So that one's busted. And then my other one that I didn't scoot up into the Queen of the Mountain levels is IBIT. This is long. This is a long Bitcoin ETF. I like a short in IBIT. This is a potential daily bear flag. With all the bearish information I just gave you on Bitcoin as far as the current technical analysis, that makes me go look short IBIT. So that was my other idea. Good morning, Leslie. MU. MU is green, likely benefiting from the TSM news. However, a top fish setup is the most logical setup. I don't know what is going on. Why do I have bear glasses for everything right now? But resistance is resistance. Yeah, I'd be looking for a 4-hour lower high compared to yesterday's high on MU. ENPH. We're up here testing resistance. Could be setting up for a potential inverse head and shoulders. We're running into the 12 EMA. If you're long, I'd stay in long as the hourly 12 EMA remains as support. I'd stay in long. Good morning, Jill. Baidu is super bullish. It has news. However, it had a big day yesterday. So we do have a daily trend change. 97.96 is your next resistance. For me, I'd be a much more comfortable, conservative bull on this, waiting for oversold conditions during regular trading hours for a potential long trade. That's where I'd feel more comfortable. So let's look at Tesla one more time before we wrap up. I favor the short against yesterday's high, 265.61. Above 266, I'm wrong. So the first step is for the bears to break through the closing price. Y'all, I'm really having a blonde morning. I just pointed to the screen as if y'all can see me. Oh, Lord. If they break through yesterday's closing price, that would be step one for the bears to prove that they are actually going to do something. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. I know it is way too early to have bear goggles on. Absolutely, Alexander. But the names that I was targeting were not in all-time high territory, or I wouldn't even be looking at them. All right, that's it for me. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to go boot up TCG live stream and use stop losses.